Welcome back to BYU Sports Nation. We are live in Studio B, once again over in the Cougar Council Room alongside Jason Shepard. I am Spencer Linton. Ladies and gentlemen, say hello to the MMA pro, Andrew Mikkelsen. It's no longer amateur hour here, Andrew.
That's right.
That's out the window, baby.
That's right. That's
you are an official pro. How does it feel to be a pro and to win your first professional MMA fight?
It feels good. I think a lot of it feels pretty similar to the same kind of pressure and nerves of an amateur fight, but at least this time you're getting paid for all of the weight cutting and the training that you're doing. So that part is definitely an added bonus.
That's paycheck.
Nice. Yeah. The level of competition is actually quite a bit higher between amateurs and pros as well, but it feels good.
Take us through what it takes to make that jump from the amateur ranks now to the professional ranks. What goes into that?
Yeah, a lot of it just depends on kind of your record, your body of work as an amateur, how you've performed, who you've beaten, you know, the number of fights you've taken, and then also being marketable enough for promotion to see value in paying you. You know, if you're somebody that has put together a good body of work and somebody that they feel like has reached kind of a level where it's a good ROI for them, they want to do a contract with you where they're willing to pay you, then you start fielding offers and hearing what opportunities come your way and just say yes. I like Fierce Fighting Championship. They're based out of Salt Lake. Obviously nice to fight in the Maverick Center the night before the fight, sleep in my own bed rather than traveling across the country. And also, it's just great to have friends and family to be able to come and fight in Salt Lake City, fight in our backyard. So,
well, in the light of increasing sponsorships and attention, how quickly do those conversations evolve? And how many sponsors are you involved with, trying to get involved with, to make you feel like, okay, this is a real thing for me?
Yeah, a handful of sponsors, always looking for more, obviously. But I've been fortunate enough to partner with businesses that I really love their product. McAfee's also still involved.
I was going to ask you.
Yes, we wanted to ask.
For the brand is still with you.
Yeah, it was kind of funky timing because my fight was the night before Super Bowl Sunday. So obviously him and his team were super busy and swamped. They didn't tune into the fight, but we've had follow-up since the fight and since the Super Bowl Sunday craziness has kind of died down. But yeah, some other local brands here that I'm working with. It's been a good ride. So
I am fascinated by the training aspect and just what goes into preparing yourself for whatever level you are, just to be able to do what you're doing. Mm-hmm. What is a training regiment like on a daily basis, and especially leading up to a fight?
I would say leading up to a fight, one of the biggest things is being aware of your weight cut and how you make sure that you are getting the maximum out of each training session. You want to make sure that your body is performing at a high level. You've got great output in your training sessions and in practice, while also balancing trying to manage a weight cut.
Yeah.
So there's a science to it. Luckily, we're very fortunate to have coaches that have been in the game a long time. One of my coaches and training partners is Court McGee. He's a longtime UFC vet. And we happen to fight in the same weight class. And out of camp, we walk around about a similar weight. And so it's really awesome to have a resource like that, as well as our other coaches on staff to kind of help, you know, manage a weight cut, but also maximize our training sessions. I would say that's the biggest difference between what I'm doing now versus what I was experiencing at BYU, where we got to get in the weight room and lift like goons and then hit training table and just it was all about packing the weight on and just being big. But now it's about maximizing your output while also trying to get to the weight you're contracted to fight at.
And do you do one long training session? Do you break it up where you go for a couple of hours, then you take a little bit of a break, and then you come back in the afternoon and do? How does that part of it work?
Well, I also have to balance the family and work obligations.
Oh yeah, that.
Yeah.
Yeah, just those two little things. So obviously have demands on the professional work side outside of fighting, and then also have a wife and 2 little kids. So my wife and I have worked out that I have a training budget. to how many sessions I can get in a week and still have it be reasonable, where I feel like I'm getting enough hours in the gym, enough hours in training, sparring, drilling, whatever I need, but also feel like I'm taking care of business on the home front as well. So for me, it's 3 to 4 training sessions a week, usually about 2 hours each session. And then I'll run or do stuff in the morning as well. Sometimes I'll go into the gym early in the morning as well. So
former BYU football player and kicker, now MMA pro, Andrew Mikkelsen is with us on BYU Sports Nation. When you are dealing with some high emotions and family, and I know you've joked like, man, I had to talk my wife into this. Like it's a moving target for sure. With increased success, naturally comes the desire to want to do this more. And so what kind of pace are you hoping for now that you are in the pro ranks? How many fights do you want? Like, what is the goal in this for the next year or two?
You know what? I found that the longer I've been involved with the sport, I feel like my ceiling continues to get a little higher. And so for me, being a natural competitor, being somebody who loves the sport, I'm really passionate about it and get a lot of fulfillment out of it. I want to kind of see where that ceiling is, but I also have realistic expectations too, right? You know, I've got things outside of fighting professionally that I want to achieve, and then the family thing, right? But, you know, it started out as a bucket list thing. Just take one legit sanctioned MMA fight and then be able to brag that I did it. And now here we are 9 fights in.
You've done it, and now you're a pro, and you've won the majority of them.
Right. And so the trajectory, fortunately, I feel very lucky, but the trajectory has been very good for me. And so I'm anxious to see how that trajectory continues, and obviously just want to make sure I got the support on the home front to pursue it as far as I can.
Do you have another fight lined up? Is that far ahead right now?
No, but I mean that night after my win, the promoter was right in our locker room talking to me about, hey, so when are you ready to get back in? How active do you want to be in the next 12 months? We'd love to get you, you know, as many as you can, 3, 4 fights this year if that's doable. Obviously, just coming out of the cage, just like getting my hand wrappings off, I'm sort of just kind of coming off of the adrenaline rush. And so I'm totally gung-ho, like, get me back in there. But in reality, you know, you have to have that conversation with the coaches. You have to have that conversation with your wife. You have to see what fights are available, what opponents they're looking to line you up with, and make sure that it makes sense on all fronts. So.
Congratulations on handling the nerves, the increased attention, and maintaining just the winning formula. Like, it's been a wild ride for you.
Yeah.
Super cool. Yeah. So congratulations on all of that.
No, it's been cool, and I appreciate BYU and your support. It's been fun.
Let's go. Now, we just need to take what you're doing and hand that to BYU football, who have been tabbed at 4.5 wins this season. So,
I think that's disrespect.
Let's go.
I think they're going to blow that out of the water.
Let's use it.
Yep.
Yeah. And I'm trying to recruit some old BYU football alumni to come join me in the gym.
Okay.
So
let's go, man.
Heck yeah.
All right. Well, we'll do our part, however we can help in that regard.
That's right.
Andrew, great to have you on the show.
Appreciate it, guys. Thank you.